4th on Saturday. We start off with the Work Riders race in race 1. Candice, you've got Maneki Neko, third run since gelding, and lovely rider aboard.
Yes, Vicky, much better run from him last time, his second run back after gelding. He's had quite a few niggles, so it's been a little tricky trying to get on top of him. I still think he needed his last run. He should be at his best on Saturday. He should be, certainly be fit enough on Saturday for a race like this. It's not the strongest of fields. The form line is fairly weak in that race, so I'm expecting a good run from him, Vicky. I've got a very nice rider aboard, and he should have a good chance there.
Race 2, the 2 runners. First them Scarlett McCall, Horizon first timer, and then Aiko, who's had the 2 runs and looks to be showing progress. And how is he doing at home?
Yeah, he's doing nicely, Vicky. He's a nice little horse. I think, I put him in at the last minute. I actually wasn't going to run him here, and then ended up being a small field, so I added him in and left him in to run. So not always the best thing to do, because you don't give a proper prep for those races. However, it is only 1,000 meters. I do think that he did show quite a bit of speed last time out. I do, however, think that he probably might want a little bit further. But looking at that field, obviously there's quite a few first timers there. He must have a good each way chance at least there. The filly, Scarlett McCall, having her first start, she shows quite a bit of speed at home. She's a speedy little filly for an Horizon. I'm not sure how she'll run first time out. I would think she would need the experience, but she's not too bad. She shows a little bit at home, so I think she'll run a fair race.
Race 3, the 3 runners, 2 first timers and a raced filly. Stu's Girls, the Danon Platina filly. Sheets and Goggles, obviously lovely debut from her, and then Ndebe Maibuye with Gareth aboard, who's the William Longsword first timer.
Start with her, because otherwise I'm not going to remember how to remember her name or how to pronounce it. Because she's a nice filly. She's shown that she has got ability at home. Again, not 100% sure what to expect from her first time out. I think she will run a nice race. She certainly will be running on. She's probably going to be a little bit green and need the experience, but she is a nice filly. Then Stu's Girl, also very speedy. She shows quite a bit of speed at home. Again, it's always difficult for me with first timers. I think that she's probably going to need the experience, but I think she'll run a fair race as well. And then Sheets and Goggles, nice debut effort from her. She was just touched off that race. She's quite a tall, leggy filly, Vicky. I think she might also be looking for a little bit further, but she shows quite a bit of speed at home. And I think if there's nothing too fancy in that race, then she must have a good chance.
Race 4, Tom's Diner. He steps up to the 1,600 meters. How do you think he'll perform over the trip?
Yeah, Vicky, I think he's looking for this sort of trip. I put him back up the straight last time because he was very green first time around the turn over the 14. Much better run from him last time over the 12. Obviously stepping straight up to the mile. This time, I think it's not the strongest of field, so I think certainly a horse that would have a chance and must be included.
Race 5, Love Shack, Eldo aboard. She's a consistent filly. Could she run in the money again?
Yeah, she's very consistent, Vicky. She always ends up, finding quite a competitive field, and I think much the same story with her again on Saturday. She finds herself in a big field that's got quite a bit of form in it. So tricky little race, but she's doing well at home. She's fit, and she always runs a good race. So also one to include.
Race 6, in the progress plate, you've got Diamond Rock, well drawn, thankfully, over the 1,400. He looks to be stepping up in class and coming off a short rest. Will he need this run?
Yeah, I think he probably will need the run, Vicky. He's had quite a few niggles in between. Now, he's actually been a very frustrating horse for me since he's been gelded. He just has had umpteen issues along the way. So I haven't. He hasn't been to the grass or done anything like that. So I've just put him in a race to get him going again and just to see where we are. He always shows decent work at home, and thankfully he's quite a tall, light horse, so he doesn't take a huge amount of work. But I think he might just need his run back here.
Race 7, the 2 runners, Candice, Grandiosa, drawn well with Gareth aboard. Do you think that she could improve on her last run, and then could it be back and trip slightly? Do you think that she'll have a little bit too much to do from over the distance or the draw?
Shame, she never ever gets a draw. She's been drawn badly her entire life, and once again she's drawn badly again. This time not such a big field. She was drawn wide last time. She ended up wide at the back of the field, and she couldn't really make up that ground. Vicky, she's doing nicely. She's knocking on the door, this filly, and I think over mile 1,800 there's no real difference for her. It is a little bit close to her last run, but in saying that, if she can get a position where she's not too far back this time around, she must be able to be competitive here. The other filly, not a bad run from her first run out the maidens. She's still a little bit weak. She's drawn quite nicely here, and I think possibly a money chance at best.